Hey guys, this is the last video in our multiplication and division series. So this is talking about BODMAS, which is an acronym and stands for brackets, orders, division and multiplication, and addition and subtraction. And this is basically the order that we need to do a component sum, like this, where it involves lots of different procedures on lots of different numbers. We need to follow these rules to get the correct answer. If you don't do it in that order, then you'll get a different answer to what you should have. And these rules just make it so that people all over the world and computers and scientists and everyone who does it gets the same answer. Just follows that rule of mathematicians have put in place there, so it's always the same. So here's our example. We have 3 plus 4 times 3 plus 4 to the power of 2 minus 5 minus 4. Okay, and we've got some brackets in there which can help us. So to tackle these problems, you just need to make sure you're looking for, first of all, brackets and orders, etc. So first thing that this acronym's telling me to do is to look for any brackets and solve those first. So I can see here that I do have some brackets in there and I need to solve that one first. So 5 minus 4 is 1. Now I need to, I'm recommending that you cross out the numbers that you have already calculated and used so that you don't accidentally use them again in another multiplication or another part of the sum. So as soon as you figured one out, cross out the other ones, leave the answer there so that you don't make that mistake. Right, we've dealt with all the brackets in the sum. Next thing is orders. Orders is things like square root and to the power of and exponents, etc. So that's like this one here. That's the only one we've got in this particular sum. 4 to the power of 2. Okay, we know 4 to the power of 2 means 4 times 4, basically 2 multiples of 4. And it really helps if you show that you know what that means, and then you can work that out as well. So I'm going to do that like 4 times 4, which is 16. Now I cross out the numbers I don't need anymore. So now we're down to just 16 for that one. Right, we've dealt with the orders and the brackets. Now moving on to any division and multiplication. I need to do that from order from left to right, and I only seek out the division and multiplication facts, and I leave anything else. So I can see here I've got a plus, a times, a plus, and a minus remaining. So the one I'm really focusing on then is this times table one here, this 4 times 3. Doesn't look like there's any division in this particular one, so I can just ignore that. Now what I like to do is add my own brackets in, so it's really clear that I know that I'm focusing on just this one now. And you can do that to help you if you want. Add your own brackets in to make it, make sure you're doing them in the right order. So 4 times 3 is 12. And now I can cross out those numbers so I don't use them again. There's no other division or multiplication, so now I can move on to the addition and subtraction part of the sum. And you do that again from left to right. So I can't do this 16 minus 1 over here because I've got to start over this side from this order. 3 plus 12 is 15. And put that down there and cross those two out. Now I've only got the 3 numbers left, 15, 16 and 1. So 15 plus 16 is 31. I can write that anywhere really as long as it's kind of there, and then I can indicate that that's done. And now I've got one more left, which is 31 minus 1, which is 30. And there's our answer, 30. So we had to follow that very strictly, those rules for BODMAS. And now I'm going to show you what would have happened if we hadn't followed those rules. So I'm just going to do it from left to right now and show you the difference that it makes. So 3 plus 4 is 7. This is the wrong way to do it. Shouldn't be doing that because it's I'm doing this basically this addition part first, which is way down in the list. Okay. Now I'm going to do 7 times 3, which is 21. 21 plus 4 to the power of 2, well that's 16. I can do that first. Right, 21 plus 16, that's 37. And now I've got 37 take away 5, which is 32. I'm just going to ignore the bracket altogether. And 32 minus 4 is 28. So we've got a very different answer there, 28 as opposed to 30, which is the actual real answer. So just following left to right will get you the wrong answer, and you've got to make sure you follow that BODMAS rule. I would recommend that you actually write out, if you're new to BODMAS, actually write the acronym out on your assessment paper or on your work paper so that you can refer to it. Absolutely no problem with making any notes that will help you on your assessments. And it also helps us as teachers to see that you know what you're doing, and anything that can help you show you're working out. Don't rub out any workings out. Definitely leave it all there. It can get you points too. If you like maybe made a slight mistake with say 4 times 4, but everything else was correct, you can still gain points just because we can see you know what you're doing. All right, so moving down to this very simplified example, 3 plus 9 divided by 3. Well, BODMAS tells us that we need to do division before we do addition. So we need to do this part here first, 9 divided by 3, which is 3. Okay, and now we can do the addition. 3 plus 3 is 6. If we hadn't done that, if we'd done it the other way first, 3 plus 9, that'd be 12. And then 12 divided by 3 is 4. So this is very, very different to what the actual answer is, which is 6. So you can see how important it is to get that correct. And that's BODMAS. All right, good luck. Have fun with those. Challenge each other. Challenge your peers. Challenge your parents to see if you can both get the same answer for a particularly complicated sum.